There was once an old man who lived all by himself way up in the tops of the mountains. This man farmed pigs both for his livelihood but also his income. One day, when the man was sitting at home, he heard the most horrible, wretched screech come from his pigs. He ran outside to find that one of his hogs had been slaughtered, its throat slit, its heart stolen. He looked around and found that a trail of blood was leading from the pig pen into the woods, so he walked into the forest to follow it. After some walking, he found himself at the base of a tree, the trail of blood leading up its bark, so he climbed the tree to follow it. Eventually, the blood led off onto a branch so long the man could not see the end of it, so he crawled down the branch to follow it. At the end of this branch, the man was stepping onto the shores of the most magnificent lake that he had ever seen. This lake felt out of place, its scenery seeming to make no sense, its waters not matching what he saw. But these discrepancies only made it all the more beautiful. He looked across the waters to see a beast ripping at the flesh of his pig's heart. This beast seemed human, but distorted by the qualities of a pig's face and body. It existed somewhere in between the two animals. "Why have you stolen my pig's heart?" the man asked. The creature lifted its head and gazed at the man. "You are to bring me one pig every day for the rest of time." The old man scoffed. "How would I ever bring a pig up that tree and down that branch for you?" The beast, unmoving, simply repeated itself. "You are to bring me one pig every day for the rest of time." The man again laughed at the creature and turned his back on it. He climbed back up the tree and walked back out of the forest, and upon returning home, he locked every single one of his pigs in the barn in an attempt to keep them safe. He sat at home and laughed at the creature for thinking it could scare him, and just as he did, he heard that same horrible, wretched screech come from his barn. Upon bursting the barn doors open, he found that all of his pigs had been slaughtered, their throats slit, their hearts stolen. He looked to the corner to see that same beastly pig-man hybrid, crouching next to a tower of pig hearts as tall as the creature itself, holding one in its hand. "You didn't bring me any pigs." "I told you I wouldn't," the man said. "I need these hearts to survive, and you owe me my life." "What life could I owe a beast like you?" The creature rose to face the man and started to walk toward him. It lifted its hand to the man's forehead, and just as it did, the old man was repelled into a memory. There was once a time, not long ago, when this man was not alone on his farm. He had a wife who tended to the gardens and cooked the meals. But this man was not kind to this loving wife of his. He would beat her and scold her for the most minuscule of mistakes. And one day, for nothing at all, this man killed her and threw her body in the pig pen to be disposed of. As the memory faded, the man once again found himself standing on the shores of that magnificent lake. He wandered toward the waters and peered over the edge, and upon seeing his reflection, he recoiled in horror, for he too had been turned into some sort of pig-man creature. He turned to face his wife, the pile of pig hearts still standing as tall as her. She held two in her hands, ready to devour the beasts which had once devoured her. She extended one of the hearts toward the old man. Your dinner, my love. The end.